Also, the reason I recommend guys doing a service business is multiple reasons, but within this video, there's going to be less disruption in the service business. There's going to be a lot more disruption and automation in a product-based businesses. In a service-based business, 15 years from now, probably won't be a whole lot of difference in personal training. Okay, I don't think that robots are going to be training people in gyms 15 years ago. Okay, 15 years from now. Now, I might be wrong, but I think that people are still going, the reason people go to a personal trainer is not just to get the diet plan and the routine and the workout and all that stuff. There's so much of that available for free online. It's the psychology, it's someone holding them accountable, and it's a human being, okay, not a fucking robot. Same goes for my business. I don't think there's going to be robots doing life coaching, complex solutions to people's problems, talking about their experience, how they've solved problems in their robot life. There's not going to be massive disruption on that front. However, there will be major disruption in my business in terms of how people see my content and buy my products. Okay. There will be massive disruption in online advertising. Okay. Now I've got somebody doing that for me. I'm paying for that. And, that's just going to come down to me having the money to pay for, whether it's, the bot, the right. I can't even imagine the complexity of advertising 15 years from now. But as long as I keep having the money to pay the guy to do it, to get the results, I'm going to be good. As far as the organic content goes, there probably will be massive changes in that as well, in terms of I might have to rely on someone to, use data mining or data analysis to find what the titles should be that I should use, or some of the talking points that I should be using in the video. I don't particularly like that idea because, a lot of this stuff I do is not for clickbait. It's stuff that I really feel passionate about, but I might have to add more of that stuff to get noticed as it continues to get more competitive. I'll see with time, but I'm sure that there will be changes in the way that I get noticed and keep getting attention. That being said, the biggest thing by far is me and you, for your service business, that you move online, having the money, right? Having the war chest. As long as you have the money, you're going to be able to pay for that advertising and be able to pay to get seen. All right. If you look at Grant Cardone, there's no reason, or there's no mystery why, he really blew up in the last 3 or 4 years. I've been watching him before that. He just threw money at it. He spends $1 million a month on advertising. When you have the money, you're going to get seen. And assuming you're not a complete idiot and you're at least getting some return on your investment in your advertising, you're going to be making money, whether it's robots doing the advertising, whether it's, aliens doing the advertising, was Martians doing, whatever happens, you're going to be making money. Okay. One more thing. One commenter said, Zillow might take out real estate agents. Now, yeah, will real estate be disrupted? Sure. But I started in sales over a decade ago. Okay, over a decade ago. When I started, people were telling me cold calling was going to be obsolete in the next couple of years. Cold calling is still going to exist as long as people have phones. You'll still be able to close people on real estate deals as long as people exist, because it's a product that they want. Will there be disruption? Sure. Will it put the real estate agent out of business? 30 years from now, I don't know what it's going to look like. I feel like it's the end of 2019 right now. I feel like 10 to 15 years from now, you'll still have income as a real estate agent, especially selling high ticket. And again, you shouldn't be in a service if you're not selling high ticket or graduating to high ticket. Okay. If you read Ryan Serhant's book, he's one of the premier real estate brokers in America right now. If you can look past his presentation, he's selling houses that are $2 million to $200 million. Okay, a guy buying a $20 million, $30 million, $40 million, $70 million New York penthouse or LA mansion, probably going to want to have a look at the house, probably going to want to talk to somebody, most likely. I don't know if he's just going to buy that on Zillow with a click, okay? And the reason that people want to talk to somebody for these complex deals is they want to be assured that they're doing the right thing. They're going to, you know, if you look at his method, and this is true of all sales, like, people are going to go through so many emotional changes buying something. Is this the right, from excitement to fear to pulling back? They want to know that they're going to be assured that they're doing the right thing by an expert, right? By an expert, because a good real estate agent is not going to put someone into a home that's not a good fit for them, right? He's going to show them more inventory and, you know, tell them like, hey, you know, based on what he's looking for, like appreciation or something like that, like, hey, you should probably buy over here. You know, my friend does real estate in Pattaya, Thailand, right? And he advises his clients like, hey, you don't want to go in that, you know, you don't want to pre-buy into that building because those types of developers have a history of not finishing the product and, you know, coming away with your money. You don't want to buy in this development because there's going to be a new condo being built 3 months from now, so that your view will be obstructed within 8 months and you're going to be listening to construction for the next 3 years of your life in your brand new condo. You want to get in this building because it's right on the water and they can't build anything in front of it, and it's built by a top level developer. You know, the price is right because it's a distressed seller, et cetera, et cetera. A good real estate agent, if you can create a business around that, is always going to have value because there's going to be value to that expertise. And people, especially for high ticket transactions, want that human interaction. In the same way, you know, people still want to go shopping in stores. That's why Amazon is starting physical stores. I don't think physical shopping is going to go away. And, you know, there's still salesmen in Best Buy who work on commission. I don't think that's fully going to go away either. I think that, you know, if somebody's in a store, when you have a good salesman there, you're going to get more out of them, you know, anywhere from 20 to 100% more on average. So with that being said though, okay, even if there's massive disruption 10 years from now in real estate, get your money up, dude. You could be getting a couple mil out of the game, right? And as long as you're an entrepreneur, you start to understand business, you start to understand how to pivot, how to hire, you know, how to outsource things. You can move into the next deal, man. And you have money, right? So that's the key, which brings us to number 5, stacking cash. All right, if you're worried about disruption, if you're worried about all this stuff, now's the time to stack your fucking money, dude. Now's the time to go hard, okay? Now is always the time. Cash pays for runway, and cash makes sure you never have to go back to eating off of someone else's plate. Still a motivation to me till this day. My back's far away from the wall, has been for a long time, by the grace of God, but, you know, that's still a motivation to me, and probably always will be, because I grew up poor. I got smacked by money a few times. I'm always going to have more money fears than the average person, and it served me well by motivating me to go hard. But I'll tell you something, you know, cash pays for runway. It also pays for pivoting. So if something happens in your industry and you're an entrepreneur, it's not a big deal when you're sitting on 300 grand and you had a business that didn't have a whole lot of expenses to begin with, like a service business, right? And didn't have a whole lot of debt, and didn't have a whole lot of inventory, doesn't have a lot of physical costs. Not a big deal, all right? Especially when you're sitting on 300 grand. Okay, you can afford to buy the AI or the robots or the right staff. Or if you're like me and you don't like having employees, you know, you have 1 or 2, like half employees, and instead of hiring staff, you outsource to companies who already have the business system, and you pay them $3,000 a month to handle it. Okay, not a big deal if there's some disruption in your industry when you're sitting on cash. Okay.